morning or good afternoon, depending where you are. This is Mary McLeod, and these are the self-love sessions, where I tell you and show you and guide you and activate self-love, the self-love that you think you're missing in your life. You think that you don't love yourself. However, the truth is, you do and you always have loved yourself. And what we do in these sessions is reactivate your knowing of your worthiness, your self-belief, your confidence. We reactivate your self-respect and your ability to embrace your limitless nature. We feel that we have a limited nature, that our lives are limited by our past histories and the things that we've experienced and the fears that we've developed. And yet, this is all really just based on our conditioning, which isn't even real now. Would you agree? Right? Is the past real now? Absolutely not. It's not happening now. Those events and people and circumstances are not happening in this moment. All we have of that in this moment is our memory of it, our perception of it, which is absolutely changeable. And one of the ways that I can get people to step into their self-belief by deactivating what they believe is true about them and reactivating what the deepest part of them has always known, that they've always been limitless, that they've always been absolutely worthy, good enough, confident enough, absolutely always been confident enough. You just need to take the actions of the confident person. It's a choice. Confidence is a choice. It's not something that you have to work on for the whole rest of your life. And if there's seeds inside of you, because today's topic is around your soul purpose, your life purpose, where the juice of your life is going to be coming from. And you've absolutely have everything that it would ever take you to fulfill that. You've always had it. It's just a matter of remembering. And that's where it gets to be really easy once you get the hang of it. Is like, you just realize, oh, I actually have the capability. I actually have everything it takes. I actually do believe in myself and love myself. It's just a matter of making the choices from the end result. And that's exactly what happens when we talk self-love and soul purpose. And you think that your lack of self-love is preventing you from really stepping into the greatness and the juiciness and all of that potential, the richness. You think that your lack of self-love is preventing you from having that, but that's not the case. And that's why I'm very, very excited about presenting this to you guys and interacting with you. Hi, Savitri. Beautiful to see you here. Who else is here? There's a few viewers. If you're watching from another page, because I did post this around, you need to click on where it says My Time TV and come and watch it from there, because then I can see your comments and I can interact with you. So today, if you're wanting any help at all regarding your soul purpose and how to develop the confidence and the self-belief and the self-love that you need in order to actually identify it for one and step into it for another, please let me know, and you'll have the chance to I can send you, in fact, I can do that now. I can put in the comments the link to actually come on for a session, for an activation session later on, after we talk about all there is to talk about around how a perceived lack of self-love can keep you from stepping into that soul life purpose, and even keep you from opening to what that actually is, right? Are we on board with that? Hi, Ruth. Today I'm actually coming to you from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And I don't know, I'm not sure if you can see in the background, but there is ice and snow out that window. I think my name might be covering up. You can see the snow. I'll hide my name for a second. Can you see the snow out that window? Snow and ice, and oh, it's just beautiful. I went out there for a walk And it was crispy and it's just the air is so fresh. It was like, I don't know why nobody else was out walking in it, right? No one would come out and build a snowman with me. Maybe I can get them to do it tomorrow. Today it was sleety and icy, and all the icicles are hanging down from people's window ledges, and so fun, so fun. It's such a contrast to being in Australia, even in the winter, because here it's like actually really, really cold. So while we're going along, if you don't want to actually come on for an activation, but you would like me to help you with any issue you're having around your soul purpose and how you can gain enough confidence and self-belief and self-love to step into it, just put it in the comments. Wow. Oh, it's going to be 38 degrees Celsius. Oh my goodness. And you're in Adelaide? Yes, you're in South Australia. Well, enjoy that and just enjoy the contrast. That kind of brings up the subject of contrast. While I was out there walking in the snow, I was really overcome with the importance of doing something totally different for yourself. So to experience the contrast is the juice of life. Yeah? Throwing yourself into contrast is the juice of life. So if you're a person who actually knows what she wants to do or what he wants to do and feels that this is a part of who you are, so that's part of your soul purpose, feels like who you are. And if you're a person who's holding yourself back from doing that for whatever reason that you believe in, absolutely just throwing yourself into it is where you're going to experience the deep juice, and the universe is going to go, yes, this person is ready. This person is ready to experience the next level of life. And the next level of life, what do you think that feels like? What would that feel like to you guys? I'm going to try and follow the comments as they come up. Hi, Kelly. Good to see you. So the next level of life feels like more juice, more love, more excitement, more energy. And I don't care what you think your body's going through on the physical level. When you are following your life purpose, anything to do with your soul purpose, which is going to be something that comes actually very naturally for you, you're going to feel that juice, that love. You're not going to feel lack in any area. When you're actually following your soul purpose, you would do it for free forever. Not that you're going to choose to do that, because your soul purpose is there to bring you abundance too. So you might do it for free forever, but you won't be, because you'd be stepping into, if you're in unconditional self-love, you're charging money for those skills and talents. And without any question, without any holding back, without any sense of unworthiness, you're charging money for it. You're going, yeah, well, this is my life. This is my career. This is what I'm here for. And this is what the world needs. Of course, I'm charging money for it, because it needs to feed me and clothe me as well. And that's the universe's way of giving back to you and supporting you through this. But you can't make a life purpose that supports you without being willing to charge money. So that's another issue. If you're not self-loving, you're going to have a difficult time achieving a soul purpose or a life purpose that you want to actually be your career in life, because you won't be able to charge money for it. You won't be able to charge enough money. It will cause you guilt. You'll start to feel like, oh, well, some people might miss out, so I better make it really, really cheap so everyone can do it. There's all kinds of things that come into play when you start to want to charge money for your soul purpose. Any other comments in there? I'm wondering if there's anyone who actually doesn't really know what their soul purpose is, because that's probably that's a great place to start for us, is when you think that you don't love yourself, or that you're not worthy, or you don't have enough self-confidence or self-belief, then you might be sitting around thinking about, now, what is my soul purpose? But you won't actually have enough belief in yourself or trust in yourself to trust the answer that you get, right? So we're going to activate that for you today. Activating the solidity, which we're going to start doing right now as we ground down into Mother Earth, which just sets us up for the next 45 minutes to be a really grounding, a really opening, and opening from below, opening from above experience, so that you know that you're being sourced from below, from above, and from within. I'm going to grab my water because my throat's really scratchy. I'll be right back. It's right there on the table. Peekaboo. Anyone else need a drink? Before we start this activation of grounding you into the self-love that was always there towards your divine soul purpose, identifying it, identifying where you think you're holding yourself back, and identifying what it looks like to step into that person who was born to do this, whatever this is. You've had the seeds of that. And we'll go into a little meditation now for about 1 minute. I want you to close your eyes and feel as though your feet are grounding right down deep to the center of Mother Earth. So warm, so beautiful. You're in the arms of an unconditionally loving mother. And you've sunken right down deep into Mother Earth, all the way up to your waist. And you just allow her to take your weight. Just go. Just take a deep breath in and let go. And just let anything that needs to roll off your shoulders, roll off your shoulders. Your mother is there for you. Your mother is waiting for you just to let it go. She loves it when you just let it go and let her take your weight. Yeah? Let her take the weight off your shoulders, the weight off your body, and you're just here ready to relax and open to your infinite potential for the next half an hour as she's holding you there. Just feeling her divine love coming up and the warmth of it coming up through your feet, up through your legs. Oh, it's tingly, it's warm, it's loving. And up through the lower regions of your body, and then coming up through the middle of you. Where shimmering there is the field of infinite possibilities, waiting for you to drop in your intentions for the next half an hour. This is the magical space of creation, and when you put your conscious awareness on it, you can put anything in there. What do you want in the area of self-love and soul purpose? Put it in there. By the end of the next half an hour, I'm going to have more clarity on what my soul purpose is. I'm going to have clarity. I'm going to have a feeling of really, truly loving myself. You can do it like that once you get your subconscious and your conscious mind together on board going, yes, we love ourselves. And I don't care what anyone else says. I don't care what the world tells me. I don't care if it's accepted, if I'm rejected. I am going to love myself. So breathing in and activating the power of that. And exhale. It's as easy as that. If you're willing to love yourself, if you're willing for the rest of the world or some parts of the rest of the world to look at you and go, wow, she really thinks highly of herself, and go, yes, I do. Because a lot of the time, people, they're holding themselves in a place of not loving themselves because they're afraid of looking like they're full of themselves, and they're afraid, they believe they're afraid of other people's judgment. Okay? So whose life is it? And what's going to happen for you if you really truly love yourself? I want you to imagine what your life blossoms into right now and sense into, am I afraid of that thing coming up next? Am I afraid that if I love myself through and through and I start blossoming in ways that the world just goes, or your family goes, whoa, and suddenly you don't fit in so much because you're not complaining, you're not broke, you're thriving, you're healthy. You want to imagine that next level of your life and just see if there's any of that holding you back from it. Any fear of judgment, any fear of anyone else's reaction to you blossoming, to you being big, whether it's physical or otherwise. Is anyone else going to have an objection? And does that make you want to hide? And would you be willing to take a deep breath in and let go of all of that? Because that's none of your business. Other people's reaction to you coming out of a shell, to you blossoming from the cocoon, to you spreading your wings and being that butterfly, is it anybody else's business, you coming to do that? Or is it time for you to go, this is my freaking life, and I'm coming out. And I don't care if I make mistakes. I don't care if I look silly. I don't care what other people think, because it's my time now. Is that where you're at? That's where I was at. Take a deep breath in. Am I willing? Ask yourself, am I willing to be seen? To be seen as powerful, to be seen as self-loving, to be seen as full of myself by some people? Am I willing to make mistakes along the way? To trip over and fall and get up and go, well, that was fun. I don't know, you got to do that over and over. If you've got this purpose, this seed that's been trying to grow up and blossom as you, see, like, whoa, that looks really good. Whoa, that's you. That's you laid wide open. Have you ever watched those videos on Facebook of like the fast motion blossoming of flowers and how they just go like, whoa, and they hold nothing back. They're so wide open. They're completely wide open. They're completely open to anything, praise or criticism. But is the fear of criticism active in that flower? Does the sun go, oh, no one's appreciating me today because it's cloudy? And does it like somehow, like disappear? No, the sun is still there shining. Could the flower stop blossoming even if it tried? And that's you. You are the flower. You are the sun. Nobody can stop you blossoming. And you can't stop you blossoming either, because what happens if you try to stop yourself blossoming? What happens? What happens if you try to stop yourself blossoming? Does it feel like shit? Do you get sick? Do you get depressed? Do you go to the fridge and eat everything in sight? Do you sabotage yourself? Well, I don't really like that word that much, but yes, when you're on the verge of breaking out into into your divine soul purpose, or anything that creatively you've wanted to express as you, when you're on the way out, you'll experience resistance. And if you don't allow yourself and just go for it, like I said, jump into the contrast. If you don't just allow yourself and go, I don't care, world, I gotta be me, you will end up in a lot of pain. You might have an accident to wake you up. You might have an explosion in one of your relationships to wake you up. You might, have something, did I say something physical, some sort of illness come up, and that is your wake-up call. Something will happen to one of your children. That could be your wake-up call. And the universe just keeps providing these things and just keeps providing these things until you get the message. And until you say, oh my gosh, okay, I surrender. I'm doing this thing. Yes, because that's my story. I got very, very, very ill because I was not coming out of I was lying to myself on two things. One was a relationship, and the other was actually coming out into my divine soul purpose, which is to actually be seen, to be a speaker, to sing my songs in public. And I was repressing it. I'd repressed it my whole life because I wanted to be a speaker and a singer my whole life. And I repressed it to the point where I was getting sicker and sicker. And I don't know, I can't even list the amount of things that went wrong with me when I finally just surrendered and I said, okay, fine. I'll leave the relationship and I'll come out of my freaking shell. For God's sake. And that's what you're saying, thank you. And you're not doing it for God's sake. You're doing it, well, you are actually. You're doing it for God's sake. Because who's God? Like, where does God live? And if we don't like that word, where does spirit live? Where does love live? Where does the divine live? Yeah, you're walking around in it. You're walking around in the vessel of the divine, right? So you're doing it for the divine's sake. And you're also doing it for you. You are the localized human. You're the localized part of the divine that is here on the planet. You're doing it for you because it's freaking fun, right? So just cast your mind. First, let's open up all the way to the top. You've dropped your intentions in. Bring your attention up to the upper chakras and where we connect, where we perceive that we connect to the heavens above. And let's just feel source from above, source from below, here in this divine space together for the next however long we have left. here workshopping with the divine, because I just come here as an open vessel and I give you the messages that you're drawing forth from me. Just by being here, you've got a set of things that you're looking for. You wouldn't be here otherwise. And that is what's being drawn through me for you. That's how my self-love sessions happen. So, is this all ringing true? Savitri says, I was disappointed and disillusioned after my first paid dancing group because of lack of participants' participation. It can be. It can be. You know what? That disappointment was set up. It was set up because of past conditioning, right? So it takes a little while for that to run out. The first few times I ran groups, I went, I'm going for it. I have to go for it. And it was like you went away from it going, oh. But that's just a result of the past conditioning running out. It's not a reason for you to quit doing what you're doing, because if it's part of your soul purpose to dance and to help other people enjoy dancing, that old karma, if you like that word, or whatever other word, conditioning, will run out, and you'll start to flip that around. So when at least my first 5 or 10 groups, I went away going, oh, even though the feedback I got from other people was quite positive, because my habit was to go, oh, and be disappointed in myself. It's just a habit, and there's nothing to be disappointed about. These things, you have to start there though. And if you give up now, then you haven't given yourself a chance. So please don't. Keep running the groups. You'll get more and more ideas about what will make it better, what will help them to participate more. And it's totally not the end of the world at all. So would you give yourself permission, Savitri, to change disappointment, because disappointment's a habit. I'm just feeling into use disappointment and disillusioned. To create a new habit. To say, oh my God, you know how amazing I am that I went out there and did that. Now that's not something you're used to doing, right? You're used to feeling a bit of a sense of disappointment. So I want you, every time you feel disappointed, you change your emotional reaction by going over it and going, yes, that was amazing. I did that. I went out and did that, and I did this work and I prepared it. And next time I'm going to be more confident and I'm going to have more ideas about how to do that. And you will be, if you sit here and you what's the word? Succumb to self-doubt, which is a habit around disappointment, right? If you succumb to that and you don't challenge it, then you're actually solidifying your belief that you don't love yourself. And you actually know that that's not true, because you've been on retreat, right? So you know that you love yourself. So then you have to get your conscious mind, subconscious and conscious mind working together. And you have to go, you know what? I'm not disappointed at all. I think that's amazing that I went out and did that, and that I've called these other nursing homes, and that I'm setting up these new things. I'm so amazed. If I were you, I would get out a notebook and write like 25 reasons why you're really proud of yourself and how it was a success. I'd write at least 25, 30, 50 reasons why that was successful for you. Because if you don't take the time to do that, you don't really want to step into soul purpose. Honestly, then you want to ask yourself, why don't I really actually want this? Because if you do want it, you'll do that work. You'll go, oh my gosh, that's what I need to do. And you'll sit down and you'll do it. So, we're bringing that, the subconscious and the conscious together, and we're bringing the unseen forces, right? The unseen life together into the seen life. So you're saying, I believe in this reality more than I believe in this physical reality. I believe I know what is trying to emerge in my life. Yeah. And I choose to believe in that much more than I choose to believe in what I'm seeing with my eyes and hearing and tasting and smelling and touching. Because that's a result of past conditioning and past thought and past words and past actions. Yes? Excellent. You're going to do the writing. That's fantastic. Good one, Savitri. Let's take another deep breath. Just surrendering a body, mind, and soul to want to awaken. We're wanting to awaken to go into the past in our minds, feeling into the past. If we don't know what our soul purpose is, you want to feel into the past to where you really felt like on fire and passionate about something. Even if you have to reach all the way back to childhood and when you used to play. Because I used to sing into my hairbrush. No joke. I loved doing that. I would just shut the door. I wouldn't care. I would just sing at the top of my lungs. Everybody's childhood had something in it that really brought you joy because the seeds of your soul purpose have been planted there since before you were conceived. They were growing in you from the time you were growing in your mom, and they've been growing in you ever since. And if you look back, there's times when you wanted to blossom, but you went, no, I can't do it. And then you were like, yes, I can do it. No, I can't do it. Right? Yeah? I'm going to put my music back on. Oops, where is it? Here we go. This is such a nice song. But I can't find the rest of the album. Okay, so cast your mind back to where you, the last time or back in childhood when you used to love doing something creative. Maybe it was in school, you loved dancing, you loved singing, you loved creating, you loved drawing or painting. It was something that you loved doing. You loved writing. What is it? I'd love to see some comments on what people love doing that's part of their, that they feel could be part of their soul purpose. Casting your mind back, taking a moment to just calmly breathe into and allow nature to show you things from your past, to show you times that you felt just happy and grateful and in the zone. No matter how many times you've been disappointed or put that dream out of your mind, I want you to reawaken it right now and remember when you felt so excited about that. Remember when you had that dream. And if you once had a big dream, those dreams never go away. Those dreams are never deactivated. So if you had a dream and you started walking away from it, it doesn't actually deactivate just because you turn your back on it. Those dreams are there because they're a part of you. They're part of your mission in this life this time around. Yes, Savitri loved working in a dark room developing images. Adair, my mom is writing her book based on her daily diary entries. She told me last week that I was passionate about helping people and concerned for other people's well-being from before I was 2 years old. Wow. Well, there you go. I mean, that doesn't surprise me because here you are. You've always been, as long as I've known you, caring for other people's well-being. And now at the more macro level, you're helping people get businesses out in the world that help other people and promote well-being. So that's pretty amazing. And Savitri, definitely. If you loved working in the darkroom developing images, and I think you've said that before about photography, maybe there's something in that for you. And is that something that, ask yourselves, anyone who's watching, ask yourself, why did I stop doing that thing? Why did I stop doing that thing? Yeah. Just see if you can, feel into. And would I like to do that again? Is that a part of who I am? Is that a part of something that needs to blossom in this lifetime? Or I just, here's a good exercise. Here's a really good exercise for finding connection to soul purpose. And that's the rocking chair test. Should we do the rocking chair test? Okay, closing eyes, take a deep breath in. We're letting go of this moment. We're letting go of life up until this moment, and we're flashing forward 5 years, flashing forward 10 years, flashing forward, until we are old, sitting on our front veranda in our rocking chair, and our bodies aren't doing what they used to do, and certain possibilities are no longer possible for us, and we're in that rocking chair thinking over life. What regrets do you have if you had to flash forward to the end of life now, only having done what you've done up till now? Not having pursued those careers, those relationships, those dreams, those things that you thought, maybe if I could just go for it. What would you have regrets about? This was a real game changer and life changer for me when I did the rocking chair test when I went to Tony Robbins in Sydney, quite a few years, 2012, I think that was. Did the fire walk, and I did the rocking chair test. What do you think you'd be missing if you got to the end of your life now and you're suddenly old in your rocking chair? What is it that you really needed to do that you haven't done yet? We got anybody putting in comments? You're just doing the activation, doing the visualization. Write down those things. Write down those things. And there's a song that we listen to at another workshop that I go to, and I can't remember the name of it, but it goes, if today was my last day, and tomorrow was something else. And think about, if today was your last day, what would you have missed out on that you can actually make a choice to go and do? You can make the choice to believe in yourself to do that. You can make the choice to say, you know what, I do love myself. I do respect myself. I am going for it, because my opinion of me is the only one that matters. My opinion of me. It's my life. This is the only one I'm going to remember. Most likely, unless you're one of those interesting characters who remembers lots and lots of lifetimes. I'm not one of them. Right? What are you going to do? Who are you going to commit to? How much self-love do you really have? How much did that little kid who was born into this world with all those hopes and dreams and excitement and like mischievousness and creativity and wildness and danceability, like little kids just dance. Have you seen those videos of those little ones? Any music is anywhere and they're just dancing. They don't care who's watching, right? That's where that saying goes, dance as if no one's watching. Live as if no one else is watching. Do you. You're the only one who can do you. I love that. Do you. Do you now. How can you do you better now? Write it down. Write it down. All the ways you do you really well right now. Focus on them. And then dare to dream. Dare to step further into the dream. If you're someone who wanted to be a ballet dancer, but you're now 63, okay, so go to an adult ballet class. They exist. I know they exist in South Australia. Go see John McDonald at, Dance Through Life? Can't remember what the name of her thing is. John McDonald runs adult dance classes. Go see her. Somehow, whatever that passion is that, maybe it doesn't turn into a career. Maybe it's just something that you do for the rest of your life because it's good for you, because you love doing it, because it makes you feel on fire and all juicy and all loved up. Why are you not doing that? You love yourself. You're afraid of looking like a fool. Well, yeah, let's give that the flick. I want you just put your finger up like that and flick it off. Flick it off. Let's just flick that off right now. Wherever we're afraid of other people's reactions or looking like a fool, because that is gonna stop you if you let it. If you believe you're afraid of what other people think, and that is a belief system, Flick it off. Shake it off. Shake it off. And just do you. Write that down. Just do you. Just do me. Just do me. Life, do me. I'm here. I'm willing. I'm able. I'm able and I'm willing to be the tool for you. Also, if you're someone who's in later life, say you're over 40, over 50, your life is starting to turn into a more of an outreach. So before that time, you're living for maybe the family that you created, or you're living for yourself. You have like goals and dreams and stuff, but it's more you focused. If you're over 40 or 50, your life starts to be about, how can I be of service? How can I contribute in the world, right? And if you're not willing to listen to those dreams and to step into them, instead of growing into the wise owl, right? Instead of growing into the person who contributes in later life and has those dreams to be active and to activate within them for the rest of your life, you'll start to find your body starts to shut down instead of blossoming out, which can happen after 50. I know plenty of women who are now stepping into life purpose in later life. They're blossoming. Their bodies are amazing. Their bodies look like they're much, much younger, and they feel much, 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 much younger. But if you don't take the calling because you decide, oh, I don't love myself, I doubt myself, I'm not worthy of that, that's just a belief that you're trying to keep yourself small, and you're actually shutting your body down. This might be an extreme way of saying it, but you're telling the universe, I don't want to do this anymore. And the universe is going, okay, and it starts to age your body. Your body starts to age because you don't have those excitement hormones going through you anymore, because you're like, okay, this is my lot. This is it for the rest of my life. I'm not going to follow dreams. I'm not going to do stuff that I love. I'm not going to have any more fun than I already have. And life shuts down within you. Do you want that? I dare say not. You don't want that. If you're here listening to this and you're still here listening to this, I know you don't want that. So do you have a choice? Hell yeah. And if you don't make the choice to follow your dreams, life will make the choice to shut down within you. Right? Because you can't, like, that's the default. If you don't make the choice for you to step into the fullness of a life purpose, if you don't make the choice to do that, then life makes the choice for you. Oh, okay. So you want to end it for this time, and it will age you very quickly. And I don't want to say this to scare you. I want to say this to light the fire of passion for anyone who's still not feeling it. And believe me, yeah, it could be scary, but you go for it anyway, because, you know, look at the people around you who are succeeding and who are having a lot of joy. Have they been brave and just gone, yeah, I'm going for it. I don't care anymore. I don't care what people think. I don't care if I look stupid. I don't care if I fall on my face. You know, I don't care if I end up like naked in the middle of Rundle Mall. I don't know. You know, like, you're probably not going to go that far, but yeah. What are you going to choose? Because you are the active ingredient in your life. You are the self-love generator. No one else is going to come along and do that for you and make those choices for you. So if you need help stepping into self-love, into your life purpose, I'm just going to say before oh my gosh, is it 5:40 already? Okay, we have got some retreats coming up on self-love miracle retreats. And I also have an online program called Self-Love Mastery, where we have live activations. This starts in 18th of March. Live trainings on every single aspect of life and how you can step into. I give you so many tools that you can use in your everyday life to step fully into self-love. And I show you how you can not care about what other people think anymore. And we just activate such deep self-love that you'll never walk out on yourself again. And that is called Self-Love Mastery. It's an online program. I can tell you all about it if you're watching this. I think I might have put a link in there already for it. We also have a retreat at Aldinga coming up. And that is from the 12th to the 14th of April. Residential retreat at the beach, doing amazing self-love activation sessions with each other, connecting with sisters. And all the sisters who've come to the 3 retreats I've run so far are still in contact with each other, still loving each other up, still reminding each other how amazing they are, helping each other through everything. And It's an amazing movement. So if you know someone who needs more self-love, or if that's you, I would love you to please share my events for Self-Love Miracle retreats. And wherever you see my videos or whatever, please share. That would be so lovely. And yes, I'm here for you. I'm here for you. I know all about self-hatred and self-doubt because I did it to myself for that many years until I realized that it was my choice, right? Until I realized that it was my choice. And I decided, right? And you can decide too, to believe in you, to be there for you, to activate self-love every single freaking day for yourself, and to just go for your life, because that's what you're here for. You're here for the love, for the fun, for the joy, and for the laughter. So go out and do whatever brings you all those things, and you will be achieving your life purpose. And so it is. No, I don't know how long this is going to come last for me, how long the broadcast can last for me, but does anyone want help with the self-love issue? Right now, I did put the link in there of how you can actually get on as a guest, and no one has clicked on it yet. Does anyone want to come as a guest until we actually get cut off? Or put in the comments what you want help with? And while I'm waiting to see if anyone does, I'm going to give you some, this is the soul gaze, where I'm just projecting unconditional love for you. And if this is the way we go out, this is the way we go out. Loving you so much. This is not me loving you, actually. This is the divine loving you through my eyes. Cop this. You are so loved. You are so worthy. Will you receive everything that life has been trying to give you? Everything I've been trying to give you. I, as in the universe. Will you receive all that love? Will you allow yourself that much joy? That much self-belief? Will you allow yourself to do those amazing things? So much love here for you. Did you receive? Also, if you're still watching, we have a International Women's Day event happening from the 8th to the 9th of March at the Farm for Wellbeing. It's a whole weekend with women presenting all their different modalities of healing, all of their different perspectives, and there's stalls, and I'm going to be playing music there. It's a whole weekend up at the farm, and it's a beautiful, beautiful place. You can come for the day, you can come for 2 days, you can camp overnight, you can come and leave, whatever you want to do. It's self-catered, so you bring your own food. You just can sit back and enjoy the music, the presentations, all the love, all the active workshops. It's going to be absolutely so much fun. If you want to know more about that, message me, because I've got it posted here and there, but you might not have seen it. So much love. You're coming. Fantastic, Savitri. And you're, oh, good. Love and blessings. I'll see you next week, where we're going to talk about self-love and abundance. How to allow the fullness of your abundance into your life through self-love. I'll see you then. Goodbye, lovelies. Mwah. See you on Self-Love Mastery. Go and check that out. It's a really, really cheap way of having daily and weekly contact with a tribe of women and guys too, working on their self-love together. So you can keep each other accountable. I'm doing live trainings in there all the time. This is starting March 18th. And right now it's only $49 a month. That's half price to what it's going to be. And it goes on all year long. There's that many activations of the Angels 11, Divine Truths and Tools, how to activate what came through from the divine in every aspect of your life. So that's from loving your body. How do you step into the healthy body that you've always wanted? Relationships. How do you cultivate? How do you use self-love to cultivate healthy, beautiful, yummy, delicious relationships, right? We do all of these. We go through all of the 11 tools in each one of the areas. So by the end of 12 months in a group like that, are you going to be fully in self-love in every aspect of your life? Hell yeah. So it's not something you can develop overnight. It's something you can activate very quickly. But if you're not actually actively practicing self-love in your daily life, you can forget all over again that you actually love yourself. You can keep on forgetting, right? Whenever all that conditioning of 40 or 50 years catches up with you, you go, oh, I don't love myself, right? You have to condition yourself for an entire year, every week. And it's not like you can miss ones and go back and watch them later. It's not heavy duty. It's a lot of videos. It's a lot of suggestions as to what activities you could do on a weekly basis to help you stay in full love with yourself. So if I haven't put the link in there, bye, Ruth. I will. And I hope you check it out. And I will be talking about it a lot more. And next week, I'll give away a spot on that program. That program is worth $497 for the entire year, right now only, because it's going up to $997 down the track. And it's only $49 a month. And that is so worth what you are going to get. I'm going to make it so valuable to you that you're going to go, oh my God, I'd pay $100. I'd pay $500 a month for that. Because I'd pay $1,000 a month for that, right? You'll be feeling like that. It's so valuable. And if you're a person who's felt like she or he has always held yourself back and you just haven't been able to figure out why or how that's happening, this is going to totally transform that for you, because I've learned all those tools and I'm someone who did hold myself back for many, many, many years. And I figured out how to stop doing that. I understand now what Abraham's always saying by get out of your own way. Like I heard that 10 years ago, but I never understood how to get out of my own way, right? Now I know how, and I can help you find how too. So that's what I'm looking forward to. And I love you guys, and I'll see you next week. Mwah. Blessings. I'll be back in Australia next week. It might be Monday. I think the broadcast is Monday next week because I only arrive back on a Sunday. So I'll see you guys Monday morning. Lots of love.